On today's video, I'm going to introduce the food that's probably very well known to K-drama fans, the Korean chicken. I'm going to tell you about the history of Korean chicken and why Koreans started to eat beer with chicken. It's called chimek. At the end of this video, we're going to tell you how we're going to carry on the Korean food series. To make it really short, we're going to make it a Seoul Food series, and we're going to be visiting Korean food places in Seoul. Go to the end of this video or stay until the end of this video, and we're going to tell you what kind of restaurants we'll be visiting, what kind of food we'll be eating, and explaining to you. The history of Korean fried chicken starts at a 60-year-old restaurant located in the central part of Seoul in Myeongdong. The restaurant's name is 영양센터, and it was founded in 1960. 영양센터 literally means nutrition center. So it was a place where people went to eat nutritious food. As we've explained on the other video, South Korea was so poor in the 1960s that North Korea suggested to provide aid to South Korea. So the name 영양센터 shows that chicken wasn't a common food for Koreans. Koreans only used to eat chicken on special occasions. 영양센터 was the first restaurant to introduce roasted chicken. They roasted chicken in a machine, and in Korean, we use the expression electrically roasted because it was roasted in a machine, not by fire. They have a roasted chicken lunch special, but I couldn't eat the lunch special because I visited the place for dinner. Roasted or fried chicken are usually served with pickled radish in Korea, and 영양센터's pickled radish seemed to be in-house pickled radish. I've never seen such a huge pickled radish. And the taste was mild, more bland than other pickled radish served by chicken franchise. That's probably because it was homemade or in-house made. And the chicken is less greasier than the usual fried chickens in Korea. They have a picture of the restaurant from the 1960s in the store, and the average age of customers in the restaurant were relatively high. This shows that 영양센터 is visited by customers that's been coming here for years. The price of a whole roasted chicken is 16,000 Korean won, which is about 13 to 14 US dollars. Considering the size of the chicken, I thought it was just a little more expensive than regular fried chickens sold in Korea. But when compared to the price of chickens in the 1970s and the 80s, it's not expensive at all. The first fried chicken franchise in Korea was Lim's Chicken, which was founded in 1977. And back then, the daily pay for a blue-collar worker was around 3,400 Korean won, and a whole fried chicken costed from 2,400 Korean won to 3,000 Korean won in Lim's Chicken. So blue-collared workers had to work a whole day just to eat one chicken. Korea's economy grew extremely fast from the 1970s until 1980s. But chicken was still a pretty expensive food. A daily pay for blue-collared workers was around 12,000 Korean won, but the chicken in Lim's Chicken was around 5,000 Korean won. They could only eat 2 chicken after working for a whole day. There aren't that much Lim's Chicken stores left in Seoul, but this place was one of the first Lim's Chicken place that was founded in Seoul, and it was designated as Seoul's future historic asset. Lim's Chicken is unique because it comes with a salad on the side. I think this tradition was passed on because fried chicken was something special and Western for Koreans. Koreans used to favor what was Western a lot in the 1970s and 80s. They called fried chickens Kentucky in the 1970s, which was before Kentucky Fried Chicken even came into Korea. Kentucky Fried Chicken came into Korea in 1984. So this shows how Koreans admired a lot of American or Western culture. And that was probably why salad was served with the chicken. For Koreans, salad was more of an American or Western thing. The place is fairly old, but the customers in the place were not as aged as the customers in the 영양센터. Korea's fried chicken is pretty famous these days, or should you say, the Korean chicken and beer. I think the expression chimek, which is a Korean word created by adding the first letter of chicken and beer in Korean, became a proper noun for those who know about Korea's culture of eating chicken and beer. The Korean chicken and beer became famous after Jeon Ji-hyun, a famous Korean actress, ate fried chicken and beer in the famous drama 별에서 온 그대, or in English, You Who Came From the Stars. Why did Koreans start eating chicken with beer? It's the same reason why Koreans eat pickled radish with the chicken. Korean food are generally not greasy, but the fried chicken definitely is. And Koreans eat pickled radish to get rid of the greasiness. And beer has the same effect on the greasiness. Its sparkles take care of it. But Korea's culture of eating chicken and beer is a fairly recent development. There weren't that many chicken places in Korea until Korea's economic crisis in 1997. A lot of people were laid off from their jobs, and people had to find something to do for a living, and chicken franchise was the easiest business to start at the time. So there was a significant increase in the number of fried chicken franchise or fried chicken selling places during the economic crisis. The second boom came after the World Cup in 2002. Korea went up to the semifinals in the World Cup in 2002, and chicken and beer became a signature menu for people to eat while watching the soccer games, and the sales of chicken and beer soared during the World Cup, and the number of chicken selling places or chicken franchises soared the year after. This graph shows the increase in the number of chicken selling or chicken franchise places. But the chicken business is not such a hot business area anymore. There are over 400 different brands of fried chicken in Korea, not the stores but brands, and more than 8,000 chicken franchise stores close down every year. And the number of chicken franchise stores are on constant decrease. The competition in the fried chicken business has become enormous. Nonetheless, it's still one of the most commonly eaten and popular food in Korea. And although eating chicken with beer is said to be unhealthy because it puts too much burden on people's digestive system, Koreans will continue to eat chicken with beer in Korea. Why? Because it's a good combination. That beats all the reasons not to eat chicken with beer. As I told you at the beginning of this video, we're going to make the Korean food series into a Seoul Food series. We're going to visit the restaurants that were designated as Seoul's future cultural asset. In Korean is 서울 미래 문화 유산. I think there are around 50 restaurants that are designated as the Seoul's future cultural asset. We'll be visiting the restaurants and eat their signature menus and tell you the history of the signature menus and why the restaurants were actually designated as the Seoul's future cultural asset. We're going to be talking both about Seoul and the food of those restaurants. So we're bringing our cameras outdoors even for the food series. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel and like our videos. It really helps us make better videos.